I ain't doing nothing wrong, why am I trying to hide it? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am alcoholic. Today, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. Real quick, want to take a second and thank our friends inside of the treatment facility that we go and visit every Tuesday night. We went in last night, had a great hour-long discussion and dialogue, conversation with everyone in the room. And so if you guys are watching on our YouTube channel, thank you for letting us come in and hang out with you on a Tuesday night. You guys kept us sober one more night, and we'll be forever grateful. As I stated at the top of the monologue, if I'm not doing anything wrong, why am I trying to hide it? And where that comes from was all the times I would hide my booze from my family, from my friends. Well, a lot of times I hid it from myself, and I just forgot where I hid it. Why was I trying to hide it? If it wasn't wrong for me to be drinking, why was I hiding it? And I do clearly remember having thoughts that maybe someone was going to find it and pour it out. Well, if they were pouring it out, why would they pour it out? Unless, if it wasn't a problem, why would they pour it out? The fact of the matter is this: if I was hiding it, that in and of itself should have been enough evidence to me to suggest, hey, Drew, you might have a problem. But see, it wasn't. And that begs the further question of, again, why was I hiding it? And it ultimately comes down to this. I was hiding it because of all the times I told my family, told my friends, told those people I love the most, hey, you know what? I'm going to stop. You just watch me. You just watch me. This is a self-discipline problem. This is a self-control problem. You just watch me. I'm going to stop. And I would start my stop. I would just never stay my stopped. And what would happen is secretly, behind the scenes, when I thought no one was looking, they really were, but when I thought no one was looking, I would start drinking again. And the reason why I was hiding it was because I didn't want to show those very people that meant the world to me. I didn't want to show them that I was flawed. I didn't want to show them that I was weak. I didn't want to show them that I was vulnerable. I wanted them to believe that I was very successful because I was very successful in a lot of areas of my life. But when it came to my drinking, when it came to my alcoholism, I didn't want to show them that I couldn't control my drinking. I didn't want to admit that I couldn't stay my stopped. And that was the challenge for me. It ultimately came down to, I just didn't want them to see that side of me. And that's the question I want to pose to you today. Why is it that you may hide your bottles of booze around your house or under your house like me? Hell, I hid it in the tree line of my property. I hid it in the crawl space, in the back reservoir, toilet reservoir of my toilet. I hid it all over the place. And I remember waking up, and I knew I went through my primary supply the night before, but I remember waking up and going, shit, do I have enough? Can I get into one of my other stashes? And then the next thought was, where are those other stashes? I could never seem to remember where they were. I understand if maybe you have a large supply of drugs you keep, stashed through your house. I understand in some states, these certain drugs are illegal. I get that. But, are you hiding it from other people? Are you afraid that they're going to dip into it? I remember my wife. I was afraid my wife was going to dip into my liquor supply at one point. At the end of the day, it basically came down to, I just didn't want to admit that I could not control my drinking. I didn't want to admit that. And I didn't want to show that I was weak and that I couldn't stay stopped to the people that mattered most to me in my life. After all, they were the ones who seemed to be the most concerned about me. But yet, here I would always sneak back into it. And sooner or later, they would always find out I was back to drinking again. It was about this time 4 years ago, that I finally gave up. I finally stopped hiding. I started, and my friends they've always heard me talk about an internal dialogue. This is about the time 4 years ago, I started having that internal dialogue in my head where, you know what, I'm going to stop hiding. I'm going to stop lying. And kind of in line with Deb's monologue from this morning, if you caught that this morning, I encourage you to go out and watch it if you haven't, on willingness, honesty, and open-mindedness. I had to be willing to finally admit, you know what, I've been successful in so many areas of my life, but this one area, I just can't seem to master it. And I had to get honest. And when people would ask me, my wife would ask me, you're drinking again? Yeah, I'm drinking, And I had to be open-minded. I had to be open-minded to the fact that maybe I don't have control and maybe there is a solution. And I thank God to this day that I did find a solution, that I came back in the rooms of recovery And I found the program that worked for me. If it's not wrong, if you don't think it's wrong, then why are you hiding it? So I'm out of time. With that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys could keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. We'll be talking again soon, guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.